Hey guys, so excited for this Sunday as we are back at it again, and we are back at it in a few different ways. We're back at it, getting back into student ministry. We are back at it with a student speaker. This week, though, is not going to be a student testimony. It is going to be a full-blown student sermon, and Nora Ferris is going to be preaching. I'm so excited for this. She is just absolutely going to crush this out of the park, and I'm really, really pumped for it. We're going to be doing a 2-week series talking about anxiety in the Bible. And this week, Nora is going to be walking us through the story of Job. And she's got a big task, man. She's going through the entire book of Job and basically walking through the idea of who is Job and what is his story like in the way of specifically how he handles all of these terrible things that happen to him and how he looks to the future. You know, like for all of us, we've gone through some level of trauma. It could be small little traumas, like little problems that we've gone through, or it could be like really big life-altering traumas. And those terrible things that we've gone through, they impact the way that we see the future ahead of us, and they impact the way that we see the world and God. And what Nora's going to be doing is asking the question, what can we learn from Job? Because he handles his situation in a really unique way. And I'm really, really excited for it. What she's really going to be laying out is this idea that even when we're going through it, we can keep praying, we can keep reaching out to God, because God's got grace. He's going to keep us covered. We're going to be okay. And I think it'll be really great. I want to let you know, convos are already done. There is one really key, really important question. It's question number 6 on your convo. It's labeled as the tough one. And this is a moment where we want students to be a little bit more vulnerable. Nora's opening up about her story and some moments in her life where she's felt really like she went through some tough stuff and God was distant. And we want students to be able to open up about that sort of stuff too. This is going to be one of those weeks where you should probably preface and just re-explain that your small group is a safe space. Now, with that, there's a couple of caveats that I want to make sure we talk about. If a student is going to be involved in any of the hurts, like they are currently hurting themselves. They are planning on hurting themselves. Someone else is hurting them, or someone is sexually abusing them. If any of those things are happening, please ask them if you can loop me into the conversation. That is always really, really crucial so that we can maintain a high level of trust and care, and we can step into the moment and say, like, we can start kind of fleshing it out a little bit more and see what we need to do with reporting, structures, and all of that. So that's the only thing that I want to reiterate is if a student talks about any of those hurts, then ask them, first, thank them for talking about it. Second, ask them if you can invite me into that conversation. And even if they say no, that's the time to kind of put the screws to them, pressure them a little bit and say like, hey, I need to bring somebody into this conversation because this is more than what I know to do with. And that's completely fair and that's accurate. So that's kind of how this will play out. I don't expect you to have very many like really hard conversations this week, but I hope that this can be a time of high vulnerability and a high growth of trust. So that's everything that's going down this week. We're going to continue this series the following week with Sadie Conrad preaching. Really excited for that. Then the last thing that I want to talk about is 2 Sundays ago, we all met together and we talked about this concept of like some goals that we could set. And the big goal that we kind of landed on was some goal of growth within the next school year. And we've been praying about it. And what I'd love to ask you to do is 2 things. 1, would you put in the chat what you think God has been kind of leading you to for what this goal should be? And then 2, on Sunday night, would you stick around afterwards and join us at Applebee's? And we're going to start creating kind of a lead measures indication of if we are pushing forward to help achieve that goal. I've got one drafted up already that's just like youth ministry in general, and that will be our draft. We'll keep some of those, we'll get rid of some of those, we'll add in some brand new things, but that will kind of get the ball rolling. And guys, I desperately need your help with this. This is not something that I can take on all on my own, and I want your buy-in, I want your thoughts, I want your opinions on this whole process. So if you could join us, we will be walking away from Westminster no later than 8:30, and that's kind of the plan for Sunday night. I would really appreciate it if you could make it on Sunday. So guys, that's everything for kind of this weekend. Again, convos are live. Read through those, please, and let me know any edits that I need to make. And I will see you guys all on Sunday night, because, man, I love getting to serve with you, and I can't wait to serve with you again.